Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to the Phillipsburg Jubilee Library. It's time for a story. Today, we are going back to the Anansesem, a collection of folk tales, legends, and poems for juniors. A tale from Curaçao, Dushi Curaçao, how the first spider was born on Curaçao. Many years ago, Nancy was living in great misery. Every day, he had to look for food for his 9 children and his wife, Makoko. Nancy worked hard, but many times they all had to go to bed without eating or just eating a piece of dry fungi. Once again, there came the day when Nancy got up in the morning without a job and with nothing in the house, not even any sugar to make barapa. He rose early to see what he could find to do. I'm going out to see where God is, Ma. Maybe I'll have some good luck today. He walked and he walked until he found himself in a big forest. Exhausted, he sat down under a mango tree. Oh, how could the world be like this? I weak with hunger. At that moment, he caught sight of an empty fungi bowl. Get out of here, you dirty old empty bowl! He lifted his foot to get it and he kicked into the back of beyond, and when suddenly the bowl replied, "Don't call me empty." What should I call you then? I'll call fill them up. Oh, compa, fill them up. Hardly had Nancy finished speaking when the bowl filled up with rice, beans, and a nice piece of ham bone. Nancy seized hungrily on the bowl of food. He placed it on his lap and gulped and everything down, not leaving a single mustard seed. He did not even think of his wife and his children. A full stomach and contented heart, Nancy threw himself down and slept till afternoon. He picked up the bowl and he took it home with him. The bowl said, "As long as you don't clean me, I'll fill up with food every time you tell me. Fill them up." Ah, that is fine. In his uniquely preserved way, he thought, "I won't say a word about this." When he arrived home, his children was howling as if someone had just died. But Makoko had to go out and wash people's clothes to earn a living for her children. The poor creature was quite rich. Nancy played dumb. He ate like a suction pump every day. Beans one time, gumbo another time, or perhaps a stew. Everyone was surprised to see Nancy getting fatter day by day, while Makoko and the children grew thinner daily. But one day, Makoko thought, "I must solve this mystery." When Nancy went into the bedroom, shutting the door and windows, she went to watch through the door jamb. She saw and heard everything. Her mouth watered when she saw Nancy enjoying a nice stew pumpkin, but she did not utter a word or exclamation. As soon as Nancy had left the house, she went into the bedroom hungrily and called out to the bowl, "Fill them up!" Heavens! The bowl filled right up with gumbo and fungi. Makoko ate it. She ate until she could see the bottom of the bowl, but she did not remember her children. She did, and so again she cried to the bowl, "Fill them up!" Again the bowl filled up with fungi and gumbo. Makoko called her children. She divided the food up and she even had to ask the bowl to fill up again. The children were so hungry. Now that their stomachs were filled, they ate nicely and went to sleep like good children. Singing, Makoko washed the plates. Naturally, she cleaned the fungi off the bowl so that it shone. The poor creature knew nothing about the magic spell. Next morning, Nancy went back into the bedroom to eat his favorite food. As soon as he saw the bowl shining, he realized that Makoko had cleaned it. Nevertheless, he said, "Fill them up." The bowl just went right on shining. Nancy did not utter a single word. Furious, he left the house. Makoko was equally baffled as to why the bowl no longer wished to fill up with food. Meanwhile, Nancy went into the enchanted forest. Suddenly, he noticed something like a snake down on the ground. "What's this here?" he said. Disgusted expression on his face, the belt replied, "It's called beat them up." Nancy understood exactly. He picked up the belt up, he took it home, and the children was howling with hunger as they had expected Mama to produce as much food as yesterday. Nancy was almost driven mad by their howling, but he said, "Pa brought something for you." They all jumped on him. He brought them off and told them, "Go and sit around the table." When he had them all seated around the table, he left the room and threw the belt in shouting, "Beat them!" The belt hit the children, and Makoko mercilessly and endless shouted rang out, "Oh, oh, mercy, oh, enough, enough, enough." Nancy was happy to hear their cries. All at once, the shouting stopped. Deep silence reigned. Nancy opened the door, not a trace of Makoko and the children, but up against the ceiling in a corner, he saw a big spider with 9 little ones all around it. And since that day, we have had the Nancy spiders and Douchey Curacao. Boys and girls, come back next week for It's Time for a Story. Do have a good Saturday. Enjoy.